An army on the move has to take everything it needs with it: fuel, food, ammunition, and, to some, the most important commodity of all, water. Because of the fear of contamination of local supplies, tanker trucks bring potable water. Once stopped in late afternoon, some of the vehicles are camouflaged. But wooded cover is limited, so the main body forms a defensive ring out in the open, leaving them exposed to possible attack by Angolan aircraft. As protection, Air Force Mirage interceptors are put on immediate alert. They are 4 minutes from the forward position in the event of being scrambled.
277 is ready and standing by.
Individually, each man prepares himself and his equipment for the night. The men sleep in foxholes. The last chore is preparing weapons and ammunition for the battle that looms in the morning. Pre-battle breakfasts are a silent ritual in any army. To some of these men, it could be the last meal. The assault begins. This heavy onslaught on a SWAPO base camp began with a mortar attack. Fanning out, infantry fighting vehicles put out fire in rapid volleys. Reports came through of MiG activity. The signal was flashed to an airbase in Namibia.
Good mainstay on the allocated channel. We're standing by.
The Mirages were scrambled into action. Air-to-ground radio traffic monitored locally indicated that the pilots were Cuban. The Mirage's camera recorded the direct hit that destroyed the MiG-21. On the ground, the attack continued against moderate resistance. In most cases, SWAPO and the Angolan army prefer tactical withdrawal, a principle effectively implemented in the face of superior firepower. SWAPO bases cover areas sometimes miles across to avoid vulnerable concentrations which can be destroyed from the air. Sweeping through one of these strong points takes days, And there are often more casualties in this phase than in the actual onslaught, because the enemy becomes a well-hidden mine or booby trap. The routine practice in dealing with underground bunkers is to blow them up. Another way of coping with the bunkers is to send in a captive. He knows where the booby traps have been laid. A patrol spots the enemy on the move. Word is hurriedly passed back to command. The options are carefully weighed, and a heli-borne strike is called for.
Okay, chaps, we've got positive info now that the Terrs are in this area over here, and we're going to fly in there now with bush choppers, and we're going to try and get them out of the bush there. You've got to be very careful, and you must remember all the drills we've done so far. Remember, must make use of the mortars. The company sergeant major, he will use the mortars, and he will concentrate it on the enemy weapons and their mortar positions. Make sure what you do it according to the drills, because that will save our lives. You got it? Yes, and we must be determined to do that. You got that? Yes, sir. Right. Let's go to the chopper. Yes, right. Hurry up. Hurry up.
All operational flights in this region are as close to the ground as possible to avoid guided missiles.
Morning, gentlemen. We're at G+6. Our order group for this morning, we're going to start off with the air briefing. I suppose all of you have heard about the dogfight which took place involving a Russian-built MiG-21, supposedly flown by Cuban pilots. The situation now has escalated slightly, so I think, generally speaking, we must be prepared. We have made our move this morning, which I think was a good move. Whether it is going to prove that it was in fact necessary is merely a supposition. We'll see in a couple of days' time whether it was worth our while.